Hello everybody, Vulcan here, and finally we get to the last member of Team Juniper, Ren. But before we get into that, let me just say how excited I am about tomorrow. My body is not ready for tomorrow. I swear, even now, I'm already shaking out of excitement. That's how much I've been anticipating this. So tomorrow is gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like George Lucas said. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So, all right. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's kick things off. So Ren, Ren. He's not the best character in my opinion. I mean, I do understand why someone, perhaps Miles, would say that it's his favorite character, and I think the reason for that is because his animations, his combos look really fantastic. They look very flashy, they look very in character, and one of the things I particularly like about him is I mentioned before, for example, that as opposed to how you can upgrade ranged attacks for Team Ruby, Jean and Ren, you can upgrade their heavy attack. With Ren in particular, what his heavy attack does is it drains some of his aura, and I can see why the developers would have done that, because it's consistent with his character. Given that one of his moves when he was fighting the King Taijitu, the move which killed it, basically drained his aura, and that's what the heavy attack here is supposed to reflect. One of the things I also want to mention about Ren in particular is that they killed it with his character model. They did a fantastic job with it, if you ask me. I mean, it looks almost exactly what it looks like in the actual series. Guys, I cannot wait to see what it looks like tomorrow. I cannot wait to see what everybody looks like tomorrow. This is going to be fantastic. And hopefully all of Team Ranger will get really good showings, even as far as the first episode goes. So, as you can see, I really like this combo in particular. Now, it's quite deceptive though, because as cool as it looks, it's not really that powerful. I mean, it is essentially eliminating creeps in one go, but what it doesn't do that the
path is clear. Let's move.
Combo light heavy combos for other characters does is once you do it a second time, because for example a Beowulf normally breaks their guard, but not with Ren, so it's a little weak, to be honest. The other thing that leaves a lot to be desired is his ranged attack, because it doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage, and particularly when it goes around like that, it doesn't exactly hit with full 100% accuracy like it does for other characters. And see here, actually that did quite a bit of damage. But his ranged attack isn't exactly the most reliable. I mean, I shot toward the crates, but it didn't get rid of any of them. However, that's what his heavy attack looks like.
I'm glad that's over.
And it took care of an alpha, like almost the entire health of an alpha creep. So it's quite good to use, but the payoff from losing 25% of your aura isn't that great. So in that regard, he's not particularly great in that sense. I think what will make him particularly good to use is once you unlock his ultimate attack, his final level 3 ultimate attack. His team attack though is really good though, I quite like it. But with that said, even if you upgrade his heavy attack to level 2, which is probably all you need to be honest, one thing I do recommend is to have his health upgrades all maxed out. Because for one thing, it's worth to have the fast regeneration for the aura. Because if you're going to use this a lot, you want your aura to be able to recover as quickly as possible. Now, the only reason I would recommend to max out his aura as well is because even like if you don't upgrade his aura to his maximum, what could happen is once you reach once you do 3 heavy attacks, you'll have more aura than you would otherwise without upgrading it. So there's less of a risk of you losing your aura in one go from that. So Ren is essentially very health centric. It's pretty much a requirement for him. in my view. His ultimate attack does look really good, but it doesn't have a particularly nice area of effect because, as you can see, what his ultimate attack does is it just goes around attacking individual Grimm. And that could be a problem as well if it triggers a team attack.
That was satisfying.
So if you're playing in a lobby which has another Ren player, you always... Generally you want to do this anyways, but do keep an extra eye out for team attack triggers if Ren is using an ultimate attack, because there's no way to break out of that combo like you can with Nora's light, heavy attack. So all in all, I wouldn't really say Ren is the best character, but I can see why he'd be useful in Horde mode, particularly maps like Fervorfall and Mountain Glen. Because like I said in the video I made for Nora, Ren is the character with the fastest movement speed as far as I can tell. Some of you may know better than me because I'm not exactly... I don't really have an eye for animations and such, so I can't really make any recommendations as far as speedrunning goes. But as far as Team Juniper goes, specifically, if you want to do a pure Team Juniper game in Horde mode, in Fervorfall, or any Horde mode map really, it's good to have Ren and Jean with Jean's ultimate attack upgraded so that he enhances everybody's movement speed. Because what Ren can be useful for is to be able to run around the entire map in order to assist players or stations that are having a lot of difficulty, or stations that are very low on health, essentially. So there you have it, that's my coverage for Ren. Finally, Team Juniper is over. I'm glad I managed to get this done before tomorrow because, guys, I cannot emphasize it enough. I'm so excited about tomorrow. So excited, as I'm sure many of you are, so... Yeah, having said that, leave a comment down below, like the video if you did, and I will see you around soon. And that was his team attack.